Hello students. Today we're going to study two different grammar structures. The first grammar structure is about making suggestions and the second one is about types of real feature. Let's start the first one. What is suggestion? Suggestion means offering someone if he wants to do it or not. So we ask for suggestion because we are curious if other people want to do something we offer them or not. We ask suggestions because we want to learn the opinions of the people, whether they accept or refuse them. There are some phrases for making suggestions, and you can see some of the phrases here, like, why don't we do something? Why don't we go to the theater? Shall we do something? Shall we invite her to the party? How about doing? Be careful, we have it an ing with how about, verb ing. How about cooking for them? And what about also doing? We have it an ing here. How about and what about used with ing? What about watching that film? These are some of the suggestions, phrases of suggestions here. And when we want to answer these suggestions, we can make two different answers. We can give positive answers, so we accept it, and we can give negative suggest answers and we refuse them. How? When giving a positive response for a suggestion, that means when we accept it, we can say some of these. Yes, of course. That's a good idea. That's a great idea. That sounds great. Yes, sure. Or when we refuse a suggestion, we can say, no thanks. No, that's not a good idea. I'm afraid I can't. I'm sorry I can't. Of course, these are some possible answers. You can give other answers also. Here are more phrases for making suggestions. Let's see them. Of course, we can make suggestions by using let's. Let's revise our lessons. A suggestion. We can answer it as, okay, yes, let's, and we accept it. Or, no, let's not. We refuse it. What about going to the cinema tonight? Yes, I'd like to. Hmm. No, I'd rather not. Couldn't we invite your grandmother to our party? What a good idea. Or you refuse it and say, no, I'd rather not. Or another way, shall we have a walk along the river? What a good idea. You accept it, or I don't feel like it. You refuse it. I don't feel like it means I don't want it. And of course, we have got others. What would you say to a cup of coffee? Don't you think it's a good idea to watch TV? Does it matter if we use your car? These are also some possible suggestions and possible answers. Let's make some suggestions for these activities in the pictures and then accept or reject it. Look at the first one, hiking on the mountains. What kind of suggestion can we make? I want you to think first. You make your own suggestions. Okay, I think you did it. Look at this one. Why don't we go trekking next Saturday? Or let's go trekking next Saturday. Other suggestions also can be made. Look at the second picture. They are in the playground. Let's make a suggestion. Shall we play in the playground? Let's play in the playground. What about going to the playground? Any suggestion can be made. For the third picture, what kind of suggestion can you make? Think about it, please. Okay, and see this one. How about making some cupcakes together? Let's make some cupcakes together. Any suggestion? And for this picture, for the next picture, this is the National Museum of a city or country. Okay. What about visiting the National Museum this afternoon? For the next picture, we can say, shall we go cycling? Let's go cycling. How about going cycling? And for this picture, what's your suggestion? See my suggestion. How about doing jigsaw puzzle? Let's do jigsaw puzzle. Would you like to do jigsaw puzzle? Anyone can be made. Amusement park? Okay. Let's go to the amusement park. Shall we go to amusement park? Anything can be said. And here, why don't we meet at the Monster Cafe? Is another suggestion can be made. Now, we can find some possible answers. We can accept or reject it. Why don't we go trekking next Saturday? That's a good idea. I love being in the nature. Or you can refuse it. Oh, I can't because I have a broken leg. Maybe you have a reason and you reject it. Shall we play in the playground? Yes, of course. What a good idea. Super, I love playing. Or you can refuse it. Oh, I'm going shopping with my mom. How about making some cupcakes together? I'm sorry, I can't. I'm too tired. There's a reason you're tired and you reject it, you refuse it. Or you can accept it. Okay, let's make. What a good idea. Any possible answers. Okay, what about visiting the National Museum this afternoon? What can your answer be? And this is a possible answer. I'm afraid I can't. Refusing. Shall we go cycling? What a good idea. Or you can refuse it like, I can't because I have a flat tire. My bicycle is broken. You have a reason and you reject it. How about doing jigsaw puzzle? Oh, I really don't enjoy doing puzzles. You refuse it, but you also can accept it and say, let's do it. Let's go to amusement park. Fantastic. I love riding the roller coaster. It's a good idea. And the last one, why don't we meet at the Monster Cafe? But your friend says, I'm afraid I can't. I have lots of homework to finish. She or he refuses because he has or she has a reason. But also she or he can accept it. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm bored at home. Okay, we saw and learned some of the suggestion sentences and some possible answers. You can refuse or you can accept the following suggestions. I hope you remembered this structure well, because now I want you to try on this page. Look at the pictures and try to make suggestions about the pictures, about the activities. The first picture is about a man and his dog. What kind of suggestion can you make? Think. Have you got an answer? Okay, this is my suggestion. Let's go for a dog doggy. This is the man's suggestion. And the dog thinks, oof, I don't like walking with you. The dog doesn't want to walk, but he has to. Look at the second picture. Two friends are speaking on the phone. What may she suggest to her friend? You think first. Okay, let's see. Liz, what about going shopping after work? What does Liz think about it? I'm afraid I can't. I'm too tired, Mary. She can't go because she's too tired. She refuses her suggestion. And look at the third picture. Two friends are at the party. They're dancing and speaking. What may the suggestion be? You think? Okay, let's read this suggestion. Shall we go to the cinema together tomorrow? And the answer? Sorry, Martin, but I'll go out with my boyfriend. She can't accept it because she has another plan. And the last picture, there's a very nice class, but the teacher has got a problem, I think. What can her suggestion be? Can you guess? Let's see. How about having a lesson? Is there any answer? No, there's no response. The students are playing games on their mobiles, unfortunately. Okay, now we finished the first part of our grammar structure. We are starting the next part, types of will future tense, forms of will future tense. You already know what is future tense, and we are beginning with simple future. Simple future tense means that we talk about the future activities, predictions, or sudden decisions. When we make a simple future tense, the form of the sentence will be will, helping verb plus a verb. Like I will be a policeman in the future. Will be a policeman in the future. This is not certain. You can be a policeman or not. You cannot be sure about it, so it's a prediction. You will be very rich one day, someone says. But is it certain? Are you sure? No. It's a prediction. I'm hungry. I will make a sandwich. There is a situation that I'm hungry, I feel hungry now, and make a decision at this time and say, like, I will make a sandwich. So I make a sudden decision. When we form simple future tense, the helping word for positive sentences is will. For negative, it's won't. And for question, of course, you can ask like, will you, will I, will they, will she, will he, will we, and others. And look at the second form of future tense, future progressive tense. Progressive means continuous, continuing. So we can understand that future will continue for some time in the future also. How this happens? We talk about activities ongoing in the future. For example, you started watching television at 1 o'clock maybe, and at 1:30 You will be watching television still, ongoing. It didn't stop. It's going on in the future time. You began at 1 o'clock, but you will be watching television at 1:30 too. When we form the sentence, we use will, helping verb, always be, will be, standard form, and verb ing. I will be living here forever. What does this sentence mean? I began living in Adana last year. I'm living here in Adana now, and maybe until I die, I will be living here in the future time. Future progressive tense. I'm talking about the next future, going on future, ongoing future. When we make a negative sentence, he won't be working for this company in a few years. He's working in this company, but he's planning something different. Maybe he's going to make his own company and he will leave his job. He will quit. So we say a negative sentence and say he won't be working for this company in a few years. This is a planning for the future progressive. In the question sentence, will she still be eating the sandwich when I come back? And this is a question. She began eating a sandwich. She's still eating the sandwich. And I wonder, I go out and I will come back. And I wonder if she will be still eating it. So I ask it in future progressive tense. When we mention about future perfect, means past activity. We talk about the activities that will be completed in some time in the future. It will not go on. It will stop at some time in the future. And when we form the sentence, we use will, have, always, and past participle, verb 3. I will have gone to Izmir by next month. This means I am in Adana now. I will be in Adana for this month. But next month, I will be in Izmir. I will not be in Adana. So I will have gone to Izmir. I'm talking about it now. I'm talking about a future activity. So I'm talking with future perfect tense. It will be completed. My living in Adana will be completed by next month. Will you have finished the book by next week? I'm reading a book now, but maybe next week I will finish reading it. My reading activity will have finished by next week. It won't have rained until January. Here, in this part of country, the raining activity won't happen until January. It won't rain until January. But when January comes, this dry weather will stop and rains will begin. So I say it won't have rained until January, but by January it will rain. It will begin raining. So I use future perfect tense. When we talk about future perfect progressive tense, again progressive means continuing. We talk about activity that will continue in the future. This means will, have been, standard form, verb ing. I will have been farming in the next 10 years. This means I am a farmer now. I was a farmer last year or the previous years, and this is my job. Because this is my job, I will have been farming in the next 10 years also. It's a long period. I began in the past and it will go on in a long time, for a long time in the future. So I use future progressive, perfect progressive tense. It won't have been raining tomorrow. It is raining now. Maybe it rained yesterday, but tomorrow it will stop raining. The raining will be stopped. So I say it won't have been raining tomorrow. Future perfect progressive. Will they have been building the house next 3 months? Again, they started building the house before, maybe 2 months ago, but they are still building this house. And I wonder if the building, if the building of the house will go on for the next 3 months. So I say future progressive tense. Will they have been building the house next 3 months? Began in the past, goes on in the future. Now, I explained to you types of will future, but I want to simplify it on a timeline. Let's see. We have got a timeline here. Look, this is a timeline. This part is past. Here is present continuous, present time now. And this part is future tense, future time. Let's begin with past activity. Look, in the past, they worked hard last week. The activity began and finished in the past. It's not happening now. It's finished. Look at this activity. Present time, present time. It's raining now. Look, it's raining now. It's happening now at the moment. But it's still raining in the future. Look, future tense, future tense. It will rain tomorrow, we can say. There is a weather forecast here. It will be raining next week. Next week means not just tomorrow, but tomorrow, the other day, for example, Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whole week. So we can say it will be raining next week, all week. All week it will be raining. Look at this man. He's working here and still working here. He started working in his company 2 years ago. He began working here 2 years ago. So he is still working in this company. See, he is still working. His timeline is here. Working activity time. He is still working in this company. And look, future time, he is still working. So we can say he will be working there in the future. We can see it. He will be working in the future. But the future is going on. But when he gets old, he will retire. So he won't work anymore, and we can say he will have worked there when he retired. The working activity will stop at some time in the future, so we use future perfect and say he will have worked there when he retired. Did you understand better now? Okay, I will make it a little simpler now. Let's look at this timeline here. This is future tense, future timeline. We're going to talk about Frank's school life. We are talking now, present continuous tense. We are talking about Frank. Frank is a student, so Frank will go to school tomorrow, for example. Frank will go to school, and at school he will be having lessons, right? He will be having lessons tomorrow, the other day. And we can say he will be having lessons, for example, by 11 tomorrow at school. Every day this happens. He started school, he goes to school in September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, and in July, school will have finished. Look, they're happy because it's summertime. They have a summer vacation from June to August for 3 months. So school will have finished by July. The activity stopped here. Future perfect. But Frank is a student. Next year he will go to school again. So we say Frank will have been going to school again by September. Next September, the school will open again and he will have been going to school again by September. Future perfect progressive tense. This activity will go on in the future for years. Now, I want to be sure that you understood all types of future tense well. Here we have got some exercises now. Let's do the exercises. These exercises are about future simple, future continuous, and future perfect. Just 3 of them. Be careful. The first one, I suppose, the concert, I think, the concert finished at about 6. I'm in a concert now. I'm at the concert now. I'm listening to a jazz singer maybe. And I make a guess. I don't know when will it finish, but I make a guess about 6 o'clock. Now it's 2 o'clock and I'm making a guess, for example, at 6 o'clock, about 6 o'clock. So I say, I suppose the concert will have finished about 6. This is my guess about the concert's finish time. Future perfect, because it's still going on and it will have finished at about 6. Look at the second one. I be very sad if you do that. We're talking about now, if you do that. So, I will be very sad if you do that. It's about now. I tell you everything when I go back. They are talking about something or they are on something, but he's going somewhere and when he comes back, they will talk. So he says, I will tell you everything when I come back, when I go back. Look at the fourth one. This time tomorrow. This time tomorrow. Tomorrow is future. You're talking about future, not now. So something will happen tomorrow at this time, but we're talking it right now. We're talking right now, but about tomorrow. So we make, I will be flying France. This time tomorrow, I will be flying to France. Next month, again, we're talking about future. Next month, look, be married for 25 years. Married for 25 years. So the marriage began very early in the past. So it began in the past time and something will happen next month about this activity. So we use future perfect. We'll have been married for 25 years. Next month, 25 years will finish, and we will have been married for 25 years. Tomorrow, she writes a very important exam. We're talking about tomorrow, but we're talking about tomorrow at this moment. So we say, she will be writing a very important exam. Don't phone me between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. Here there's a warning. At 8 a.m. every day from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., I am busy or I have something to do. So I warn you, please don't phone me because something is happening every day. And tomorrow also, I will be working. John is very upset today. Today he is upset. So if he is upset, try to talk to him. I will try to talk to him. Why he is upset? I want to learn. By the end of the week, not now. This is maybe the first day of the week, Monday. And by Friday, at the end of the week, he spent all his money. He will have spent because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, he's going to spend his money. And by the end of the week, by Friday, he will have spent all his money. It will have finished. By the time you arrive, she go. Here, it's just like this sentence. It's same mentality. By the time you arrive, you are thinking to come here, coming here. Maybe you begin walking or you drive here. But there is some time between your living and arriving to my house. And I have a friend at home. While you're coming, she maybe will leave. She will go. So by the time you arrive, she will have gone. This time next week, we're talking about next week, future. And we're talking about future, but we're talking about it at the moment now. And we say, we'll be relaxing. This time next week, I will be relaxing at the beach. I think she passed tomorrow's exam. There is a guess here. You're supposing, I think, tomorrow there is an exam and she will pass it. We're just talking in general. I can visit you at 5. I can visit you at 5. It's not 5 o'clock now. Maybe it's 2 o'clock or it's 1 o'clock now. And you have something to do until 5. So you say, I can visit you at 5. We finish the game by then. And we say, we will have finished the game by then. They are playing a game. And he says, we will have finished the game by then. So I can visit you at 5. Until 5, we are playing the game. 14. Sorry, but I can't come at 5. And there's an answer to his suggestion here. Sorry, but I can't come at 5. We're talking about future now. So we say, I will be playing football with my mates. We're talking about after 5. Okay? He will be playing football with his mates. In half an hour, everybody watch the film. We're talking about sometime in the future, in half an hour, not now. So in half an hour, everybody will be watching the film. As you see, it's not very difficult. You just have to be a little careful. That's all. Now, here, there's a homework for you. You try to do these exercises. You're just using future continuous, not the other types, just future continuous. Use will be, won't be, or won't. Okay? The example here, I won't be traveling next week. Just use future continuous. After you finished, there is the answer key here. You can check it here. Bye for now. See you later.